Hi everyone, Stepan here. Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then just have a great day or celebrate whatever you celebrate. Wish me luck in this one. I'm going to play c4. Let's see what happens. Okay. If they play the King's Indian, I will probably go for the fianchetto again, just because I like it. I could have started knight f3, but Milan actually played a line against me where after knight f3 he played b6 and I was confused. So I actually prefer this move order now. Okay, knight f3, knight c6 or knight bd7, c5. Okay, so now we're in the fianchetto Benoni again. I'm going to play d5, which is principled, and my bishop is sort of blunted, but if I can ever push e4, e5, then d6 comes with much greater force. So even though my bishop is not as great as on e2, wow. Okay. So this basically prevents e4. Is that the idea? Because if I take with the knight, I don't have e4. But if I take with the knight, where's the compensation? Queen a5 check, knight c3, knight e4, queen c2. There's triple pressure on the knight. And if cb5, queen a5, I can go bishop d2. Okay, I'm going to take with the pawn because I want to take the pawn. So this is a weird Benko where he takes with the knight. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. I think I'm a pawn up and I don't see why. He just keeps playing instantly. Okay, I'm gonna play e4. Christmas coffee. Not that there is anything Christmassy about it, it's just coffee and it's Christmas. I hope you all are doing great and that you're going to have a great time with your families. So if I go rook e1, he's gonna go knight d3 probably. So I'm just giving up the exchange. I should have chased this knight away first. But I can go rook e1, knight d3, rook e3, and he cannot go knight g4 because I take. So okay, smart. He plays knight g4 first. So I'm gonna prevent knight d3. I don't think there are any tricks on f2, so I'm just gonna go bishop f1. Preventing knight d3. I don't know, this seems to be a weird fianchetto benko. I mean, it's a sharp position. Let me just check if everything is okay with the video. It should be okay. It's a sharp position, but I don't think he has enough. Because once I play a3, since his bishop is on a6, that means that my pawn is not pinned to my rook. The knight is going to have to move. Once I get these knights out of my position, I should be fine. Okay, so now he wants to play knight d3, which is understandable. So I'm gonna try to get the other knight out of the way. I'm gonna go h3, knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, bishop e3. And once he plays knight d3, I'm going to take that. I think. Okay, h3. I don't want to waste too much time. I just want to get these pieces out of the way, if I can, before he has time for something like queen b6 with pressure on b2. On f2, excuse me. Okay, I'm taking that. He wants to go knight d3. If I go bishop e3, knight d3, bishop d3, let's say queen d2, how am I ever winning that pawn? I don't think I am. So, is there anything better than bishop e3? I don't think so. So I'm just going to develop. I mean, I can also try to play around the knight, just play rook e2. But I don't like that. This knight is very annoying. Yeah, I'm going to take it off. This is too much. I cannot allow this knight to stay. Let's blockade the pawn. And now I need to start being aggressive with something like f4. I can probably play around this pawn. At least it's blocking in his bishop. His queen doesn't have a good square to come in. My light squares are actually fairly safe. What I would like to do is b3 and knight a4 at some point, but that's too risky now. So I want my rooks on b1 and c1, I'm pretty sure. If I go rook b1, rook a b1, can he go bishop c4? I play b3. Okay, I think this is pretty safe. He can also go queen a5. Huh. He can also go queen a5. Okay, I'm gonna go rook b1 because I'm not afraid of queen a5, bishop c3, queen c3, queen a2. Because I have bishop h6, and that seems very scary. At least it loses the exchange if he does that. And I cannot go a3 before I play b3 because he plays rook b3. But now, if I'm given enough time, I could play knight a4. Okay, rook e c1, bishop c3, queen c3, queen a2, bishop h6. He doesn't have rook c8. Okay, so let's just do that. I mean, I could always take with the pawn, but I don't want to take with the pawn. I want my queen on the dark squares. Also, he really shouldn't give up that bishop. Next plan, b3, knight a4. Unless he goes rook c8. I can still go. No, I cannot. Okay, he goes rook c8. Do I have any good discoveries with my knight? I don't really want to go f4, because if I do lose my b2 pawn, then my second rank is very weak. This way everything seems safe. But I'm not really sure what he does here. Wait, can I go b4? No, because my knight is hanging in the end. I was thinking b4, rook b4, rook b4, queen b4, rook b1, but then queen c3, rook b8 check. And it's... oh, rook b8, and if he takes with the rook, I take the queen, but it's still hanging. And if I go knight d1, with the idea of f4, knight f2, then he can take queen a2. And then if rook a1, he has queen b2, rook a6, queen d2. This is not an easy position. Okay, if I go a3 and he goes rook b3, then I have knight a2. And after queen d2, rook c8, bishop c8, bishop d2. No, that doesn't work. Then I lose the pawn on b2, and he has d2. Okay, I'm just going to improve my king. I don't see a way to make progress, so I want to see what he does. For the moment, I'm not hanging anything on bishop c3. I can play bc3. I feel like it's safe to get my king off the back rank. And if I'm not going to play f4, my king is safer on g2 than on g1. I'm actually thinking of playing h4, h5. Because if he takes, there will be some issues on the dark squares. Yeah, h4, h5 seems like a good plan. And king g2 is actually useful for that, because I have rook h1 in many variations. Again, he has no threat. I don't see a clear way for him to make progress. I don't need to do anything stupid. This is how I normally lose games against strong players in tournament games. We get a position like this, where everything is tense, but there are no immediate threats for either side. And then instead of playing a move like king g2, which may not be a good move, may not be the best move, I end up playing some weird... He gave up his bishop. This is unbelievable. And he gave it up for a pawn. I mean, I definitely don't want to trade queens now. Now, whoever is attacking has to be better, so... Also, have a passed pawn and he doesn't, so any opposite colored bishop endgame should be good for me. So maybe even rook c1. Rook c1, queen d2, rook c8, bishop c8, bishop d2. Is there any chance to win that position? Yeah, I'm getting kind of scared of his d pawn, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'm scared of the d pawn. Okay, I'm playing rook c1, I'm wasting too much time, and I'm scared of the... not rook c1, rook b8. Rook c1 just loses the positioning of my bishop for nothing. Rook b8 is probably better. Maybe rook c1. Okay, I'm gonna go rook c1. I don't see a good way to make progress, and I'm afraid of the d pawn. With rook c1 and rook b8, I'm definitely not losing. I'm probably not winning, but I'm definitely not losing, because I have a passed pawn and he doesn't. I mean, my king is much closer to his passed d pawn. It doesn't matter whether he plays queen d2 or queen c1. Queen d2 is probably just worse because his bishop ends up on c8, but probably doesn't matter. And the reason I think this could be good for me is if he ever defends his e7 pawn by moving it away, then his d6 pawn is going to be indefensible. So I think the opposite colored bishop endgame should favor me, because these two are weaknesses. And my king, while holding this pawn, is defending my only weakness, which is the e4 pawn chain. So let's say my king is on e3. His bishop is somewhere here. His king gets closer to defend against my passed pawn, and then I attack e7. Yeah, I think he shouldn't trade queens. But if he declines the queen trade and we trade rooks, that means that I'm holding d2 forever and I can have a lot of fun on the dark squares. Okay, he declines the queen trade. I'm gonna trade the rooks. And now how do I get in? I'm thinking bishop to d4 is a good start to try and weaken some squares. Because once I play queen h6, he has to play f6, and then additional weaknesses are created. If he plays something like queen a4, I have queen c3. Or queen d3, just grabbing the pawn, but I think queen c3 is even stronger. This is now about attacking. Whoever is attacking should be better. f6. He plays f6 immediately. Now, the opposite colored bishop endgame is actually very interesting. So queen c3 seems like a very good move now. Unless you can take on a2. No, he cannot take on a2, I think. Queen c3 seems very strong to me. I think he has to trade. Okay, I'm gonna go queen c3. I like the endgame. I think these are going to be very weak. And this pawn isn't going anywhere. I mean, it's just stuck on d3. In fact, his bishop is going to have to run around defending. Okay, let's play h4 first. I don't want to lose my h3 pawn. Also, I gain some more space, and whenever this king gets out, my bishop is coming in. Okay, I want my king on e3. I want to weaken the f6 pawn. So I'm gonna go g4. This may seem weird, putting my pawns on light squares, but I want to play g5. I want to be attacking the f6 pawn to make sure I can attack the e7 pawn from both sides. For example, bishop g7, h6, g5. Because if I put my bishop on g5, then it's preventing d2, it's also putting pressure on e7. I know that opposite colored bishop endgames tend to be a draw, so it may seem weird for you that I went into this, but I actually think I have great chances because of this. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Now I can go bishop check, and he has to go back. And I can now play g5. Okay, now I want to get my bishop in from the other side. d6 has been weakened. I'm gonna go f4 just to make sure that he doesn't have an easy e5. And also to make sure that I can play e5 if he isn't careful. Okay, he exchanges. Okay. Well, I have to trade now. Yeah, now it's a draw. What was I talking about? Everything I talked about was just stupid. He managed to trade off enough pawns. Yeah, it's a draw. I'm not going to accept the draw yet. I'll try to come up with some chances. But if he puts his bishop on f5, then it's game over. And there is nothing I can do. Well, actually, even so, I'm going to keep trying. Because in opposite colored bishop endgames, the farther away your pawns are, the better. So my a pawn is going to be hard to catch with the king. I want to provoke d5 because I want to attack these two pawns. Yeah, but he doesn't play d5. Okay, there is nothing I can do anymore. It's a draw. I mean, I have some small chances if he messes up with the defense of his h7 pawn, but not really. Also, he can just repeat the position now. Let's try coming in this way. Yeah, okay, I'm going to offer a draw. This is becoming impolite. Anyway, it's Christmas, so a draw is a fair result. Let's have a look at the position. Okay, so g3, obviously the engine thinks the fianchetto is a mistake. Wait, I could have taken with the knight. Let's have a look at that. Knight takes queen a5, knight c3, knight e4. How do I defend? Bishop d2, knight takes. Okay, let's say bishop takes, and now black is better. What? Then why is that a mistake? Ah, because I don't go knight c3. I go bishop d2. Oh. King g2. Yeah, and it's just a draw. Okay, so at least my decisions were correct, but I thought I was going to have something. Unfortunately, I didn't. In any case, again, I wish you all a very happy Christmas. I hope you have a great time with your families and friends and loved ones. See you tomorrow. Bye. Stay tuned for more chess.